Good morning. Today is Tuesday, October 1st, 2019. I'm Joe Paul, the local president. There's a lot of things I want to touch on today, so let me get started with request a steward when you have an investigative interview coming up. Always. If there's an inspection service there, anything like that, you still request a steward. Management does not have to give you one unless you request one. And if you request one, you don't get one, you need to call us here at the office. Since the last time we spoke, we've had plenty of removals, but we have 2 emergency placements and 4 removals at the present time. As always, most of them for attendance related, running late all the time. Those are problems, and we have difficulties winning those at the step 3 level, or for an arbitration. And we were successful this last week on an arbitration. We had somebody out on a removal, and they're coming back to work soon, which is a great thing. We're very lucky with that because there were some extenuating circumstances, but we did prevail. Let's see, we're constantly working on PTF and PSE conversions, and we're up to 225. We're hoping to get some more. We're staying on that all the time, and we're one of the larger locals that has probably the most conversions here in the last 2 years. So we stay on top of that always. Here's another thing, which I've heard a lot of people asking from the plants, majority really, about this. The mail handlers got some kind of a $14.5 million settlement on a regional instruction 399, which really had to do with mail handlers versus clerks and whose work that is, who performs the work on different machines in the plants. And the APW also got $14.5 million. Well, what's going to happen is, on this check this week, Friday, October 4th, I think it's the 4th, you're going to, everybody that works in a plant clerk-wise, in our place anyway, all over the country really, but in Seminole and the Orlando PNDC, where they do have mail handlers, the APW decided that they were going to break that money up equally to everybody, all the clerks in those plants during a certain period of time that they had, that they designated, which we don't know that whole period, but everyone's going to get a lump sum of $166.75. Now the mail handlers did it differently. I'm told that they paid more for seniority and how long you've been there, but the APW decided they were going to do it across the board, and we've over double the amount. We're giving it to 85,124 people. So that's good news, and it's going to be a little bump on your check. You'll wonder what it is. That's what it is. Do not let management or other crafts do our work or your work. If you let them get away with it, and I know in small offices sometimes, in the bigger plants, they usually don't do that. The smaller offices, you kind of work as a team, really. But really, management, we're not all anti-management all the time, really, but a lot of times they'll short staff you a person or two, and somebody's gone on FMLA or whatever, and you're 2 people short, so management's coming up there and helping you all the time. What seems nice on the front is going to wind up costing you your job. Not you in particular, maybe, but somebody else, but it could cost you a job. We're here about protecting your jobs, not management's jobs. And if they get the work done with 3 people when they needed 4, it makes them look like kings or queens. It makes them look, hey, you're getting the work done. You don't need the jobs. Request a steward if that's happening. We don't want that. And Bob McSorley, our vice president, has been very successful at the associate offices, fighting that and getting settlements for those. Also, everybody got a big flat in the mail about voting. You must vote. Send your ballot in today if you haven't already. You have to vote for the national APW elections. Historically, maybe 30% of the people vote around the country, even in national political voting, really. You have to vote. A large local like us, the more people to vote, they're going to check and see the percentages, and heck, we might even wind up getting some money for the local that we would use wisely for the membership. But you have to vote. Please vote. The Function 1 schedule in the Orlando PNDC and the Seminole PNDC, as of right now, no news. We haven't heard anything for a couple months now, since the last time I talked to you about being at all the meetings. Still nothing. I just spoke to Elisa Lake in Seminole, and she's heard nothing. And I'm sure Paul Widows has heard nothing. He's been on annual leave, so he hears nothing really, but really he hasn't heard anything. It's all up here locally. It's up at the area level. Rest assured, it's going to happen. Somewhere they're going to be popping it up out of nowhere and wanting to do away with jobs and shift jobs around. But we're going to stay on top of that, be diligent, making sure whatever happens is done correctly. The maintenance craft, multitude of problems in both the Seminole and the Orlando PNDC, mostly in the Orlando PNDC. As you know, we have a couple rogue supervisors and issues like that, but we're staying on it. They're giving us new staffing packages, and I'm trying to fight those. It's difficult to fight because they've had so many, they overstaffed for so long, especially in Orlando, that now all of a sudden they're tightening up nationwide and they're trying to do away with jobs. But we're in the process of trying to see what we can do to get a staffing advocate in here to double check those things that you see. Motor vehicle, we were successful here recently in getting 3 new jobs, and they just had their annual bidding. But the 3 new jobs is great news because we had PTS move to full-time, PSEs move to PTF, things like that. So that's great movement. Things in VMF running pretty smooth. They were short-handed for a while, hired people off the street, but they're doing better anyway. If you go over there, you'll see that they're keeping those trucks going. They've got 500,000 miles on them with duct tape, but they're keeping them running. The choice vacation packets are going around now in the Orlando and Seminole PNDCs. They're starting already because it was like the third or fourth Tuesday in September. Don't have it in front of me, but they're going around. In Lakeland, in Kissimmee, let's see here. Kissimmee starts today, October 1st. If you're hearing this and you don't see them, ask your manager, where's the vacation schedule? It's supposed to be October 1. And in Lakeland, that large installation, and 70 plus level 18 through 21, or 18 through 22 actually, level offices, it starts November 1st. So that's all I really have for today. And if you need anything at all, you know how to reach us at 407-854-6396. And I want to thank you for being proud members of the American Postal Workers Union and proud members of our family, the Central Florida Area Local. Thank you.